ever wondered who the most influential marshals under Napoleon were? These military commanders, hand-picked by Napoleon himself, played pivotal roles during the tumultuous times of the Napoleonic Wars. Their actions on the battlefield, their strategic acumen, and their personal loyalty to Napoleon made them some of the most intriguing figures in history. So, let's dive into the complex world of these marshals. But first, we need to rank them, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Stay tuned as we rank these marshals based on various criteria. But before we begin, it's crucial to understand the criteria for our ranking. We've taken into account 4 major factors. First, their military prowess. This includes not only their battlefield victories, but also their strategic acumen and tactical brilliance. Second, their leadership skills. We're looking at how well they commanded their troops, their ability to inspire, and how they dealt with adversity. Third, their loyalty to Napoleon. Did they stand by their emperor in times of crisis, or did they waver? And lastly, their post-Napoleonic careers. What did they do after Napoleon's downfall? Did they continue to serve France, or did they pursue other paths? Each of these factors helps paint a comprehensive picture of each marshal's historical significance. So we're not just ranking them based on their battlefield success, but on their overall impact on the Napoleonic era and beyond. Now that we've understood our criteria, let's dive into the rankings. Starting from the bottom tier, we have Marshal Jerome Bonaparte, Napoleon's younger brother. Despite his royal connections, Jerome's military career was, to put it politely, less than stellar. He was known more for his extravagant lifestyle and political maneuverings than for his battlefield prowess. Next, we have Marshal Nicolas Jean de Dieu Soult. Soult was a capable commander, but his reputation was tarnished by his ambitious nature and tendency to switch sides. He served under Napoleon, then against him, then under him again, a testament to his opportunistic tendencies rather than steadfast loyalty. Another in the bottom tier is Marshal Etienne MacDonald. This Scottish-French military leader was a brave and competent commander, but he lacked the strategic brilliance of his higher-ranked peers. He was known for his honesty and integrity, but these traits did not translate into significant military victories. Marshal Claude Victor Perrin, known as Victor, also finds a place in our lower tier. Victor was a brave soldier and a dedicated officer, but his military career was marked by a series of defeats. His lack of tactical acumen and strategic foresight often led to his downfall in crucial battles. Lastly, in our bottom tier is Marshal Pierre Augereau. Augereau was a seasoned veteran with a reputation for bravery. However, he was also known for his ruthless and often brutal tactics, which did not always endear him to his troops or his superiors. His loyalty to Napoleon was also questionable, as he was known to switch allegiance when it suited him. These marshals, while not at the top of our list, played significant roles in the Napoleonic Wars. They had their strengths and weaknesses, their victories and defeats, but it's important to remember that they were all part of a larger, complex tapestry of history woven together by the ambitious and often ruthless hand of Napoleon Bonaparte. That concludes our bottom tier. Moving on to the middle tier. In the middle tier of our ranking, we find marshals who displayed remarkable aptitude on the battlefield, but perhaps lacked the consistent brilliance or fortune of their top-tier counterparts. First up, we have Michel Ney, also known as the bravest of the brave. Ney was a key player in many of Napoleon's campaigns, his courage and tenacity often turning the tide of battles. However, his rash decisions and failures at critical moments, such as during the retreat from Moscow, saw him fall short of the top tier. Next, we have Louis-Nicolas Davout, the Iron Marshal. Davout was a strict disciplinarian whose tactical acumen was second to none. His victories at Auerstedt and Eckmühl are prime examples of his prowess. Yet, his lack of political savvy and his sometimes abrasive personality kept him from reaching the topmost echelon. Then there's Joachim Murat, Napoleon's flamboyant brother-in-law. Murat was an exceptional cavalry commander, his audacious charges often breaking enemy lines and sowing chaos in their ranks. However, his desire for personal glory and his lack of strategic insight placed him in our middle tier. Moving on, we encounter Marshal Jourdan, a man of humble origins who rose through the ranks due to his steadfast loyalty and his skill in handling armies. Unfortunately, his record was marred by a series of defeats, preventing him from climbing higher in our ranking. Finally, in this tier, we have Jean-Baptiste Bessières, one of Napoleon's most trusted marshals. Bessières was a competent commander, and his loyalty to Napoleon was unwavering, yet he seldom led independent commands, and thus, his opportunities to shine were somewhat limited. These middle-tier marshals made significant contributions to Napoleon's campaigns, displaying their valor and skill in numerous battles. However, their shortcomings, be they tactical, strategic, or personal, kept them from reaching the apex of our list. With the middle tier complete, we now reach the top tier. And now the crème de la crème, the top tier marshals are: firstly, we have Jean Lannes, an exceptional commander and one of Napoleon's most trusted lieutenants. His audacity and courage were legendary. Lannes's prowess was evident in the battles of Montebello and Friedland, where he demonstrated strategic brilliance and unyielding determination. Next, we have Louis-Alexandre Berthier, Napoleon's chief of staff and right-hand man. Berthier was not just a skilled soldier, but also a meticulous administrator, ensuring smooth communication and coordination across the vast Napoleonic army. His organizational acumen was pivotal in the success of many campaigns. André Massena, another top-tier marshal, was renowned for his tenacity and tactical ingenuity. His victories at Zurich and Genoa were instrumental in pushing back the Austrian and Russian forces. Massena's resilience in the face of adversity earned him Napoleon's praise as the greatest name of my military empire. Among these top-tier marshals, we also find Marshal Ney, the bravest of the brave. Ney's valor and leadership shone in the battles of Elchingen and Russia. Even in defeat during the Battle of Waterloo, Ney demonstrated indomitable spirit, fighting until the very end. Last but certainly not least is Louis-Nicolas Davout, arguably the ablest of Napoleon's marshals. His meticulous planning and strict discipline were unmatched, earning him victories at Auerstedt and Borodino. Davout's strategic brilliance and unwavering loyalty to Napoleon were key to many of the empire's successes. These top-tier marshals were not just military commanders, but architects of history, shaping Europe during one of its most tumultuous periods. Their tactical genius, courage, and unwavering loyalty to Napoleon made them legends, their names etched in the annals of history. These were the most influential marshals under Napoleon. But what are the key takeaways? As we conclude our ranking, let's summarize and revisit the key takeaways from this comprehensive assessment of Napoleon's marshals. From the bottom tier, we've seen individuals like Jerome Bonaparte and Nicolas Jean de Dieu-Sceau, who, despite their shortcomings, played significant roles in Napoleon's campaigns. Their contributions, though often overlooked, were nonetheless crucial to the functioning of the Grande Armée. Moving up to the middle tier, we encountered more renowned figures such as Michel Ney and Louis-Nicolas Davout. These marshals, more than just commanders, were Napoleon's trusted allies and confidants. They exhibited exceptional leadership and military prowess, often turning the tide of battle in Napoleon's favor. Finally, in the top tier, we found the likes of Jean Lannes, Louis-Alexandre Berthier, and André Massena. These marshals were the epitome of military genius and unwavering loyalty, their names etched in the annals of history. Their impact on the Napoleonic Wars and their influence on future military strategies cannot be overstated. However, their legacy goes beyond their military exploits. Many of these marshals, such as Soult and Davout, had significant post-Napoleonic careers, shaping the political and social landscape of France and Europe. Their influence can be seen in military doctrines, political systems, and even the boundaries of nations long after the end of the Napoleonic era. The marshals, despite their varied backgrounds and personalities, were united under Napoleon's banner. They shared a common vision, a desire for glory and honor, and a commitment to their emperor. They were the backbone of Napoleon's empire, instrumental in his rise to power and his eventual downfall. As we reflect on these marshals, their strengths, their flaws, and their enduring legacies, we realize that they were not just military commanders, but key players in a historical epoch that reshaped the world. Their stories, full of triumphs and tragedies, remind us of the complexities and contradictions of human nature. The ranking of Napoleon's marshals is not just an attempt to order them based on their military prowess or loyalty to Napoleon. It is a journey into a tumultuous period of history, a closer look at the individuals who shaped it, and a reflection on their lasting impact on the world we live in today. And that wraps up our comprehensive assessment of Napoleon's marshals. Thank you for joining us on this historical journey.